Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ralph, and this week I want to just show my excitement about some newly announced kits and some that were I knew coming down the pipeline eventually. So that's why I kind of dug these out and kind of share some stories of projects that, for whatever reason, don't come off the ground or make it to the bench for multiple reasons or whatever, and some that just kind of stall. But when it comes to buying resin kits and stuff, this can happen as well. This one I've shared on the channel. This is a 72 442 convertible, and it's Johan based. And I've done a video on this one, but it's got the AMT chassis in it and a bunch of things done to it. But I originally bought this kit in probably like mid 2000s, like 2005 to 2008. And I was building a bunch of them, but Model House offered this resin kit. And when I bought it, I had the intention of making the pace car convertible out of it. And I even had the Fred Katie decals that had the pace car lettering on it. Now, of course, it kind of stalled. I got kind of burned out on doing a bunch of these because I built 3 or 4 of them, which a lot of them have been shown on the channel. And I've got one more of the Johann's 70 442s as well. But I bought all the stuff, and I do that with resin. I buy everything that I plan to build, whether I get to it or not. And this was one of those, and I wanted to make that one, but it had the regular 442 grill. So because it had the 442 grill, I wasn't sure how I was going to do that, and it just kind of sat. And then Revell brought out this kit. And then I'll throw the box arts, but they had this one, but it did not have the pace car decals on the side. So I'm like, okay, well, it's got all the rest of the decals, but I have the Fred Katie ones of these, so I'll build it as the pace car. And so I bought one of those kits, and that one kind of sat there. And then eventually the custom kit popped out, which, here's that one. And then eventually this full-on kit, which came with both the 442 front end and the regular Cutlass front end. And then, of course, I didn't build any of those, but since that kit came out, I decided I need to build this kit because it's either sell it, which it won't sell for what it was worth at one time, being a Model House kit. But since that kit came out, the value kind of dropped on it maybe. Hard to say. So I decided I'm going to build it, and I built it this way as a regular 442 convertible. So I'm like, I'm going to build it, enjoy it. I bought it to enjoy. I always wanted to do all of it. I collected all the parts other than the grill part to do it. So I built this one and really enjoyed it. And then since the 442 hardtop came out, the green one, I recently built this one with the figurine and everything. Oh, don't drop. I don't want you to break. So anyway, built this one. You watched that on the channel, and I built that. So that leads me right into these other ones here, because round 2 announced some really nice kits. Now, we all know the Demon was coming. It's been announced or rumored and shown in the past year, and it's real close to coming out. So I'm pretty excited about that kit. But here's a couple of resin kits. Well, this is AFX and scale. This is a 72 Demon. So I'll show you this one. Which this one I haven't done anything to. It's basically, I bought it, collected the parts. Now from AFX and scale, you got the body. Now it's a 71 body. So I had marked these that I need to remove the marker lights, move them to the 72 location, and the 72 I need to add the peak here on the trunk that the 71s don't have. So I had marked my plans and did some general cleanup on this body, but it ended up just sitting in the stash. Now this is a resin interior that Missing Link came out with many, many years ago. So here's the dash, the seats, and these are from the original 71 kit. The tough steering wheel, and then the whole interior tub right from MPC. But this is Missing Link. And so I had bought this because I didn't have an interior tub and I wanted to use it. And then in this bag, here's just the rest of the stuff. Now here's hood scoop that I wanted to put on the hood for the Demon, the 72 Demon. And I've even got the decals someplace else, very rare decals, from the last detail even, a full set. So I've got this. Here's the 72 grill. And this was chromed by Chrome Tech Bob a long time ago. And then, of course, the taillight. And then a Model Haas 72 rear bumper, says it's the dated one. And then the front valance. So I got all these parts for this one. So this one kind of, you know, was sitting and was, I'll do this one after I do the 71. So we'll put all this stuff back in here. So wrap this up. But that's how some of these projects go. You get excited, you collect all the parts, and then they kind of sit, deciding what you're going to do. This is the 71 Demon, and I started this one in 2008. And same thing. There's the body, and fitting the 71 Duster chassis. There, the engine compartment. And the same missing link resin interior. Oh, and, you know, getting the firewall ready and all the 71 Duster parts. Now, the wheel well needs a little bit of work, but this one being a 71, I didn't have to do anything to the actual body. But I was getting it started here, and as you can see, the hood, the 71 front bumper, and that's from Model Haas, and the 71 rear bumper, which I believe actually just says 71. Yeah, 71. And the taillights. So, and this body and most of this parts were AFX in scale, but I did do a Model Haas front bumper and rear bumper. You know, that same dash, and a lot of parts here. Some custom parts here. Started the engine, you know, mandatory. And I'm doing it with the 6-pack setup from pretty much a Mr. Norm's car. The seats and all the parts in here, of course. And then even got some multi-piece rally wheels here. And I think these are also Wendell AFX in scale, but I'm not 100% sure at this point. I've had them a really long time. Don't quite remember. And then there's the tough steering wheel after cleaning it up and everything. So, like, this one's been installed and in here since 2008, just trying to get all of these parts to fit. And then my biggest issue is trying to pick a color. That's kind of, you know, how it goes with some of these. And still haven't decided on a color, which is why it's sitting in here. And the last thing, this is another one. Of course, AMT just announced the 64 Chevelle SS. Now, this is from Missing Link, and it's his kit. And this is one of his very early kits when he was first getting started, probably in the first couple of years. But this is a 64 Chevelle SS. So there's Missing Link's body. You can see, you know, got the Malibu SS right here on the side. And all the emblems. And she looks really good, but it's got the full-on Revell engine compartment. And I found that the 67 Chevelle interior, or not interior, but chassis works with it. With a 64 interior here, bucket seats, console, you know, all the kind of cool stuff in here. Now, made a couple of bubbles here. Of course, Kevin's quality has gotten a lot better since then, but it's still a nice. But I got just a couple of bubbles to fill. A couple of things on this, but really nice firm resin. Got a mold line in there. But there's that. Then, of course, you know, here's the 67 Chevelle chassis. This is a parts kit I had picked up. It's got a little bit of tire marks and stuff on it. And then all the other parts are in here. Missing Link's card, then the 64 bumpers, the chrome. Put some mirrors in there. Separated the chrome. Got some 64 hubcaps, which I think I got these from like 64 Impala. I think that's where those came from. Here's the hood. Of course, the dash. The glass he gives you. It's really nice. And I've got another 64 Chevelle dash. I believe this came from Model Haas. And I think I just got, yeah, this one's just a little muddy in this side. But I got this way back then. And then the rest of the parts here from the, Chevelle donor here. And the steering wheel. And I noticed I really don't have a motor. So I know it was going to be a 283, but we'll get one of those eventually to go in here. But, that's how some of this stuff goes. Ooh, here's a taillight. Make sure I have all my taillights. There's the other one. Sometimes taking this stuff out and showing you guys, I misplace a part, especially when I do so many at one time. It's kind of the dangers here. But we'll get all this stuff put back in here. But I've always pictured this one as a butternut yellow or something like that. But be interesting to see, what round 2 has in store when they come out with this. I understand it's a curbside and that it's going to have the underhood detail and stuff. So be interesting, but no motor. And I'm sure it'll be a lot cheaper than what I've got invested in this kit. But I don't really think about that when I do this stuff. But it's all part of the course when you get some of this stuff and you just can't wait. You can and you can't. And there's the exhaust. So that's these. And then one of the ones I say I'm happy to see was also the Warlock truck. That I've been wanting to get. So it's nice that that kit is coming out because I haven't spent the money and picked up a vintage kit. So I didn't pick one of those up. So now that I know that that kit's coming out, I'll be getting one of those as well. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you about how, you buy these resin kits and you've got all your plans and thoughts and everything. And then, eventually one of the manufacturers actually comes out with a kit. And I've had a couple of stories like that with builds in the past where, the kit finally came out before I actually built my resin kit. And 64 Olds 442 comes to mind. I got a couple of resin ones of those that I can pull out and show you. I had a 66 Impala, sold that one, and there's a few others that have come to mind. But I still will plan to build these and everything. It's just kind of funny how that stuff works out. But sometimes it happens and it motivates me to actually build the resin one, which is why this one got built. And then I don't stress about it as much because now it's easier to get other kits and I don't have to worry about the resin kit anymore. How rare it is and how valuable it may or may not have been or whatever the story. But anyway, that's kind of enough of me rambling on here, but just excited about what's new and what's coming down the pipeline. And I wonder what your thoughts are on all of that stuff and if you purchased resin kits and had the same kind of thing happen to you and what kit they may have been. But yeah, let me know in your comments and everything. I really do appreciate them. Enjoy reading them. And you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like button, and sending me all those comments, and checking out my sponsors, which will be in the video description below. So thank you, and you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Saturday.